Start the recording. Okay. So what we saw in the last session, that is the what problem we will face without synchronization. We saw that, right? We have created one program here, right? There is the ticket booking app, and without synchronization, what problem we will face? We saw inside the previous session. Right? Which problem we faced without synchronization? That is the data inconsistency problem and the thread interference. Means many times we are getting the wrong result also, many times we are getting the true result also, right? Many times we are getting false result and many times we are getting the true result. What is our motive? We want true result every time. So for that we are using the synchronization can control the accessibility of the multiple thread to a particular shared resource. Suppose we have a resource here. Which is our resource here now? This is our resource. Okay. On this one we want to perform a synchronization. That's why we used here synchronize. Okay, simple, we use here synchronize keyword, and with the help of the synchronize, this method is now converted into the synchronize method. This is the first way to achieve the mutual exclusive synchronization with the help of synchronize method. Okay, so now this is okay. If you write the synchronize keyword, our synchronization will be performed. Okay. If you use here synchronize keyword, so our synchronization will be performed. We know that. But what will happen inside? We knows that we don't know that thing, right? Simply, if I tell you means what will happen inside, simply will come into the print. Suppose if you take the object, this is the object. On which object we are performing the operation here? See, on which object we are performing the operation? In which class this all things is present? I told you like this is a resource. In which class this resource is present? In the ticket booking app. Inside the ticket booking app, we have this resource. So on which object we are performing all the operation? That is the ticket booking app. Okay. This is our resource here. This is our object. This object we are performing all the operations. See here. B equals to new ticket booking app means we are passing the object here. After that, with the help of this object, we are simply calling that method. This method. Right. So which is the object we have? That is the B. So simply I will copy this and I will paste it here. So this is our B object. Okay. Inside the object, we have to remember the two things. Every object have two things. Which are that things? Which are that things? So simply, if I tell you means first thing is that every object have its own area. Okay, own area. Every object have areas and every object have object log. Okay, every object have area and every object have its own log. Okay, each object have their own each log. Okay, or unique log, we can say that every object have their own unique log. Okay. So this object also have the own unique log. So this object have the two areas. I told you first one is the area, another one is the object log. Okay, this object also have the two areas. So which are they? If I convert, divide this object into two parts. These two areas which will present inside the object. In every object there will be two areas. First area is that is the synchronized area. Synchronized. Synchronized area. And in another area we have that is the simple non-synchronized area. We have two areas here, that is synchronized area as well as the non-synchronized area. Inside the object, every object have two things. That is the area and the object log. This object also have the two areas. See, synchronized area as well as the non-synchronized area, and this is the object log. So what is the meaning of this object log? Why we are using this object log here? So what will be the use of this object log means, so whoever having this object log, that will be execute the method which are present inside the synchronized block. Okay, if suppose we have a method, okay, and if that method don't have the object log, so that method not able to execute the synchronized methods. Okay, now if we have a method which having the object log, that will be able to execute the method which are present inside the synchronized area. Now we will come to our program. Here this is our program. Inside our program, which is the synchronized method here. So this is our synchronized method. We have converted this method into the synchronized method. So just we wrote here the synchronized keyword. If we write synchronized keyword with the method, so this method is now converted into the synchronized method. So this is the method. So which type of method is this now? That is the synchronized method. Simply I will copy this one, it will come into the pet. Okay, and here now this method will be present inside the synchronized area or the non-synchronized area. Obviously, this is the synchronizing method. This method will be present into the synchronized area. So this method is present here. That is the into the synchronized area. Now this method is present inside the synchronized area. Now if we have a multiple thread, suppose we have how much thread here? The first thread is a Sai, another thread we have that is the Avinash. We will take thread. First thread is a Sai. We will take this one. This is not a name of thread. Just we are imagine that this is a thread. Okay. So simply first thread is a Sai thread. Another thread we have that is the Avinash. We will copy these things simply and we will paste it here. Okay. We have two threads here, that is the Sai and the Avinash. So what it will be do, how it will be performed, like first thread will be go first. Okay, now which is the first thread here? This is the Avinash. In any thread will be go. Sometimes this thread will be go. Sometimes this thread will be go. Don't assume that which thread will be execute first, right? Sometimes this thread will be go. Sometimes this thread will be go. Okay. Now what will be happen here? If you write the synchronize the many method, or if you want to perform the synchronization, so what will happen? Now here we have two concepts, that is the area and the object. It have a two area, synchronized area and the non-synchronized area. Our method is present inside the synchronized area. Now what is the concept of the object lock? So what it will do, suppose this time I will be go first. Which will go first now? First is the psi. So what it will do, simply psi will be go first and it will be acquire the lock. Every object have its own unique lock. So psi will be go first and psi will be acquire the lock. Okay, acquire the lock. When it will be acquire the lock, another thread will be in the waiting state. Okay, when psi have the lock, so another thread will be in the waiting state. Okay, which will not able to pick the lock because it have only the one lock and the psi acquire the lock. So what it will do, it will acquire the lock first and it will go inside, and whatever method which are present inside our block, that it will be executed. So which method we have here? That is the book ticket. So it will be execute this method. So how it will be work? Simply we have, if you have a two thread here, this is Sai and Devinash. This time Sai is going first. What it will do? Whoever thread having the lock, that will able to perform the, that will able to execute the method which are present inside the synchronized area. So simple, it will become here. It will be come here. It will be acquire the lock. Suppose this is the lock. So it will be acquire the lock. After that, what it will do? Simple, it will become here and it will be execute whatever method present inside the synchronized area. Okay. And if we have psi having the lock, so another thread we have, that thread will be in the waiting state. Okay. Now when this thread will be start, when this thread will be start, then psi will be go, and when this psi complete its task, then it will be come into the dead state. Is the thread, no, that is when we have two thread, and when thread will become goes to the dead state, then thread will be complete the task. When thread will be complete its task, then only it will go into the dead state. So simply psi will become, it will be execute this method, that is the book ticket method. When this task is complete, this psi will be release the lock here only, and it will become into the dead state. Psi will be, this side thread will be come into the dead state. Now another thread will be go, right? Another thread will be go because this lock is not acquired by anyone, because this thread is releases the lock before it went to the dead state. What another thread will become? What another thread will be do? Simply it will be go here like that. It will acquire the lock again. It will be acquire the lock again like that, and after that, whatever method present inside, it will be execute that method. Now this time Avinash have the lock, so whoever thread having the lock, that will acquire, that will execute the method. Okay, whoever having the lock, that thread will be able to execute the synchronized areas method. Okay, inside the synchronized area we have a book ticket method. Now simply if you have book ticket method, simply psi will be go, it will execute this book ticket method. Right, now it will acquire the lock and it will go into the book ticket method. It will execute that method. Whenever this method is completed, task is completed, this thread will be release the lock here only, then it will go into the dead state. Now this thread is not alive. Okay? This thread is not alive. Now another thread will be go, it will be acquire the lock again here. If you have unlock here, so it will be acquire the lock again, and what it will be do, simply it will be execute this method again. And what it will be do, simple, this method if this task is complete, this thread also release the lock here only, and then only it will be go into the dead state. Okay, this like our synchronization will be work. So this is like our synchronize. If we write synchronize, only synchronize keyword only here only, what it will do? It will be perform the execution like that. First, this thread will be go acquire the lock, execute the method, and it will go into the dead state. Another thread will be go, then it will be acquire the lock, execute the method, and it will go into the dead state. Okay, so this is the working of our synchronization. Anyone have any doubt till here? How it will be work? It is important. So anyone have any doubt? Anyone have any doubt till here? Guys, anyone have any doubt? If you have any doubt, no, tell me. I will tell you again. No worries. Anyone have any doubt? Yes or no? Yes or no? Am I audible? No. Hello. Am I audible? Am I audible, guys? Hello. Am I audible? Okay. Okay. Anyone have any doubt? Anyone have any doubt? Yes, Shiva. Shiva. Do you have any doubt? Okay. Now we will move to the other part. Okay. That is the synchronization. Synchronization. See. Now this like our synchronization will be work means here inside the object. Remember this thing. Inside the object we have two things. That is the area and the object. Object lock. Okay. Inside the object we have two things. That is the area and the object lock. Every object have the two areas. That is the synchronized area and the non-synchronized area. Okay, synchronized area and the non-synchronized area. All the synchronized methods will be present inside the synchronized area. All the non-synchronized methods will be present into the non-synchronized area. Simple. Okay. Now, object lock. So, if you have multiple threads, so if we have a multiple threads here, so what will we do? Simply, that will be execute the method. Whoever thread having the whoever thread having the object lock, that will be execute the method. Otherwise, that it will be not able to execute that method. Simply, psi will be go. It will be acquire the lock. If this thread is executing this method, then another thread will be into the waiting state. Okay, uh, this thread will be into the waiting state now. Okay. This psi is executing this method, that is the book ticket, and this is taking this is taking suppose 1 hour. Okay, suppose this method is taking 1 hour. What it will be do? This thread, another thread we have, that will be wait for the 1 hour, and after this task is completed, then this thread will be start its execution again. Okay, this is the disadvantage of our this is the disadvantage of our synchronization. That is the increase the waiting time period of the thread. Okay, increase the waiting time periods of the thread. Suppose if you have a two threads only, so that will be okay. Suppose if you have 1,000 thread or 10,000 thread or the 1 lakh thread, so it will be create a problem, right? If every thread will be take 1 hour, so it will be create a problem. It will be increase the waiting time period of the thread, and if our waiting time period is increased, it will be affect to our performance also, right? It will affect our performance also, means it will create a performance problem also. And what is the advantage of our synchronization? No data inconsistency problem, and thread will be not interference with each other. So that is the advantage, the disadvantage of our synchronization. Okay, is the advantage and the disadvantage of the synchronization. Now, if we take the another example here, that is synchronized method. Synchronized method why we are using here? Suppose if you want a synchronization for whole method, if you want a synchronization for the whole method, for that we are using the synchronized method. Now the another thing. If you take one scenario here, system dot out. I'm writing here, and simply I'm writing here thread dot current thread dot get name. Simply I'm getting the name. I will copy this thing from here. Okay, and simply After the else also I'm pasting within multiple times. Okay, suppose before this thing we have 100,000 supply. Before that we have a thousand supplies, and after this thing also we have a thousand of line, thousand lines, and before that also we have a thousand line. Okay. Now if I run this one, now if I run this one, so what it will be do? First, one thread will be go. That thread will be execute the task. Right? First thread will be go. That is the thread zero. It will be execute the task. Then thread will be go. It will be execute the task. Right? But but observe this thing here. We are simply printing the name of our thread. Here simply we are printing the name of our thread. Okay. So we are simply name of our thread. Where we want a synchronization? Here only. This logic only we want a synchronization. Okay, this logic only we want a synchronization. We don't want synchronization for this name. Printing the name only. Why we need a synchronization? By printing the name, why we need a synchronization here? It will be increase the time period also. See, it will increase. It will execute the thousands of line here. After that, it will be execute this thousands of line here, and after that again another thread will become. That thread will be again execute the thousands of line. But where we want a synchronization? For here only. Here only we want a synchronization. We don't want synchronization for this thousands of line, and we don't want a synchronization for this thousands of line. What will be the solution for that? We have another type of the synchronization, another way of synchronization, that is the synchronized block. Okay, this is synchronized block. If you want a synchronization for a particular block, okay, if you want a synchronization for a particular block, for that simply we are using the synchronized block. Okay, if you want synchronization for the particular block, we can say that, or we can say that for the particular part. Suppose this much our program. Okay, our program is this much long. From here to here our program is this much long. We want a synchronization for this part only. What we will do? Simply we will use a synchronized block here. Okay, simply we will use a synchronized block. So how we will use this synchronized block? Simply I will where we want a synchronization, for this epls only. So I will cut this thing, and what I will do? Simply I will create a block. So simply we have to write here synchronize. Okay, and here we have to write this. Okay, this, why we are writing this here? So this is refers to the current class object, right? This will be refers to the current class object. That's why I'm writing here this only. After that, inside the synchronized block, simply I will paste the thing, whatever in which thing I want a synchronization. Okay. Now I want a synchronization for this block only. That's why I printed these things into the synchronized block. Block means simply from curly braces open to curly braces closed. This is called as the block. Okay, the block. So now synchronization will apply only for this block. Okay, for this thing only synchronization will be applied. For this thing and for this thing synchronization will not apply. If I remove this synchronize keyword from here, now we are using the synchronized block here. Now if I run this one, see, sometimes zero will be executed, but we are getting the correct result also. It is booking it. It left two. After that, it is not booked because it left two. If I run this one again and again, function and if 11, I am pressing that. See, zero and then again one. If I run this one again, sometimes one will be work. After that, in the middle, zero will be work. Right? See, thread 0, then thread 1, then again thread 1, then again thread 0. Means here they are not applying the synchronization. Here we want the synchronization for this block. We are getting the synchronization here only. See, here ticket is booked you, it left 5. After that, ticket is not booked yet because it left only 5. We are getting the correct output every time. Means here synchronization is applying, but here we don't want synchronization, so we are not applying synchronization here. Okay, so if you want a synchronization for a particular block, so for that simply we are using the synchronized block. And if you want a synchronization for the all the method, okay, for whole method you want a synchronization, simply you can write here synchronize keyword. If you synchronize keyword here, the method will become converted into the synchronized method. Now that all for that all the method synchronization will be applied. Okay, but sometimes we want a synchronization for the particular or particular part only. So for that we will use here simply synchronize. Okay, For that, simply we will use the synchronize block only. Okay. Anyone have any doubt till here? Anyone have any doubt in another way? Anyone have any doubt? Yes. Anyone have any doubt? No? What is the difference between join and synchronize? Okay. So many people, every time this question is asked by me. Okay. So many people are asking me this question only. What is the difference between join and the synchronize? So synchronization is the process and join is the method. Okay. Synchronization is the process and the join is the method. Suppose if we have a two threads here. Now, if we have a two threads here, so we can write here join. Simple, right? Psi dot simply we will write here psi dot join again here. We will write simple this thing. Now, if we have a 10 lakh, 10 lakh or the 10 lakh or the, suppose we have a 1000 threads also, can we write side dot join every time? No, right? We cannot write every time this join method, because if we have an alternative way, that is the synchronization. If we write synchronize only one keyword here, so that time our problem is solving. So why we will write here join multiple times? Our line of code will be also increased. We don't use join method. Okay, sometimes we will use the join method, but sometimes we are using the synchronization. If we have multiple threads, so it is not possible, no? That's why we are using the synchronization here. Okay, okay, okay. So now another part. Okay, here anyone have any doubt? Here, anyone have any doubt? Anything on any topic? Anyone have any doubt? Yes or no? You can speak also. No worries. If you have any questions, no. Okay. Now we will move to the another way, that is the static synchronization. So what is meant by static synchronization? So for that we will simply modify our program. Okay, so how I'm modifying the program here? Simply I will remove the thread from the here only. Okay, I'm removing the thread from here. Extend thread. I will remove this thing. I will create a thread in the separate class now. So how we will create a thread? So simply I will use a class here. Class thread one. This is the name of our class. Okay, this is not a thread. This is the name of our class. After that, extends thread. I am writing just like we will create a thread, right? After that, we have to override the method. So before that, what I am doing is simply we will create an constructor here. So simply public and thread one I am writing here. Okay, thread one I'm writing from here. Now what we will do, simply if you want to call this method, so what we want, if you want to call this method, what we want one object and we want a seeds. Okay, we want object. With the help of this object we can call this method, but if you want to call this method, we have to pass the seeds from there. So what we will do, simply we will declare here, first is the reference object we will create. After that we will assign here b I will create. After that what I am doing is simply I will create another one, that is a seed. We want the object and the seeds here. No, see, to call this one, we want the object. With the help of object only, we can call this method. This class object I have created here. That is the reference I have created there. We will assign the object here only. Okay. After that, we want the seeds also. Whenever we pass the seeds here, that only it will be called. Right. So now I will pass a parameter also here. That is the int seeds. After that, ticket booking app to be. Okay. Now we have a variable, that is the instance variable and the local variable. This is the, if your oops concept is strong, no? If you know the oops concept, you will be easily understand what I'm doing here. Okay, now suppose if I want to assign this seeds value into this seeds value, this is the local variable and this is the instance variable, right? Now I want to assign this value into this value. How we will assign that? How we will assign that? How we will assign that? I want to assign this value into this one. Yes. So we have to use the this. Siva is showing the right thing. So we have to use the this keyword. We knows before, right? If I write like that, seeds equals to seeds. So can it will be apply? Can will it will be assigned the value to this seat, whatever value will come from here, and it will be applied to this one? No, right? We have to use here this. If you use this dot seed, so it is referring now to, it is referring to instance variable, it is referring to the local variable now. The same thing we will do with this thing also. This dot b equals to b here. Okay, so whatever value we will pass from seats here, that will be assigned to the instance variable. Whatever value we will pass from ticket booking b equals, it will be assigned to this instance variable again. Right? This thing is done. Now another thing we have to call that thing. So we have to extend the threads also. So what we will do? Simply we will override the method here. Override the method run. Okay, and here what we will do? Simply from this run method, I'm calling this method. That is the book ticket app. How we will call that? Simply for that we will use here the reference variable. With the help of this reference variable, we will call this method, and here we will pass a seats. We have a object here also. See, this is our object, and this we have a seat. So we will call this like we can call this like that. Right? We can call like that also. No worries. Same like that. What I will do? Simply I will call the another method also. Another class I will call also from here. Copy this thing from here, and simply I will paste it here. For this thing, I will write it. Okay, and here also it to I will write. Okay, same thing I have done here also. Same thing, whatever things we have wrote here, same thing I have done here also. And how much thread we have now? That is the 2 thread. So here simply will come here. Now we have to call this thing. So I will write here main method, and this time we have to increase the seats also. So I will increase the seats from 10 to 20. Okay, here we will come. Okay, and here we have to just create a object. First we will assign this value to this variable. We will assign the object to this variable, to this reference variable. So how we will assign that? Simply I will create an object here. There is a ticket booking app, and I will assign to there. So how we will assign that? Simply I will write here b. Okay, I have created an object. Simply if I want to assign here, how will assign that? We have to call the constructor. Simply I will call this constructor new thread 1. Okay, and here I have to pass the seats and the variable. So I will pass it here. First we will see here there is a 6 seats. We will pass it from here. This is our first person, that is the psi. Okay, and after that with the help of this psi we will simply start the 3. Okay, we will create another object also, same thing. Okay, okay, we will create another object, or we will write here this time T1. This is our T2. Okay, same like that. What we will do? Wait a minute. T1. Here also we have to write a T2. Okay, T1 and T2. So same like that. What we will do? Simply I will create another object also. Okay, same like that. We will create another object also. So how we will create that? Simply will come here and we will create another object also. So for this thing, what we will do? T2 we will write now. Otherwise, we will use the another class also. T2. Okay, so this is the first class object, and this one is the another class object, that is the thread 2. Repeating. Okay, thread 2 and thread 1. This is for the thread 1 class, and this is for the thread 1 2 class. This is for the first object. If I run this one now, we'll use here the 8. Okay, if I use this now, can, and we will decrease this. It's also if we have to press only, how we will do. If I run this one now, so can we will get the right result. I will remove this thing also, and I will remove this thing also. Okay, and I will use this. I will remove the synchronize also here, and I will remove this thing also. Okay, and here what I will do is, here I will use simply synchronize. I'm using here simply synchronize. Okay, now if I run this one, so can we will get the correct result or not? Run this one now, so can we will get the correct result or not? Yes or no? So how it will be work? So we will see first. Simply if I run this one, so EVM will come here. After that we are assigning the object, means we are created the object only here. This is the ticket booking app. Where is that class? Here is the class, ticket booking app. Okay. After that, we have just simply created an object. After that, we have created the object of the thread one class. Where is the thread one class? Here is the thread one class. And if we create a thread one class object, that our constructor will also call. This is our constructor. Inside our constructor, we have two things: the seats and the ticket booking app B. There's the we have a reference variable also. From here also, we are passing the seats and the B. B is this object, right? B is the ticket booking app B, and 6 is the seats. So it will become here. What is the value of these seats now? That is the 6. And what is the value of this ticket booking B? Is the B. This is object B. This is the 6. So now this sits and this B. Now this local variable we are assigning into the this local variable is assigning into the our instance variable. So what is the value of the ticket booking app? That is the B object. And what is the value of this seats? That is the 6. Same like that we are doing with the another thread class also. P2, here we are passing 8 and B. It will become here into the thread 2 class. Inside here also, what is the value of these seats now? See here, that is the 8. So it will be assigned 8 here. What is the value of this ticket booking app B? That is this B object we are passed here. So it will be B. Okay. We have assigned the object here only. This dot seats equals to seats. So what is the value of this seats now? That is the 8. And what is the value of this object? That is the B. So this will be assigned indirectly into this instance variable B and the. Okay, so first it will become here. There is a t1 dot start, so it will become here into the class one. And if we call the start method, so it will become into the run. B dot book ticket. So what is the value of the seats now? See here, what is the value of seats? That is 6. And what is the value of this B? Is the B class, B object. See here, we have passed the object from here. We are able to call this one. So it will become here into the book tickets, and here it will whatever logic we got, it will be passed from here. So what is the value of these seats now? That is the 6. So right here, 1 minute. What we passed first, that is the 6. It will become here. What is the value of our seats now? That is the 6. It will be compare that 6 is less than what is the value of total seats now? 10. Our condition is true or false here. Condition is true or false. 6 is less than equals to 10. Condition is true or false. 6 is less than equals to 10. Condition is true or false. Is it right? Condition is true. It will go into the E block. What will we do? If it is booked, how much? That is 6. After that, it will be calculated that 6 10 minus 6 from here. So what we got here is the 4. What is the value of total seats here? That is the 4. So what is the value of total seats now? That is the 4. Again, it will become here T2 dot start. What is the value of seats here? That is the 8. Right? It will become here. What is the value of seats here? That is the 8. It will become here into the book kits again. And what is the value here? Seats. That is the 8. 8 is less than equals to 10. Right. Condition is true. It will go here. Condition will be true or false here. It is here. What is the value of total seats now? That is the 4. So condition is true or false here. Condition is true or false here. False, right? Condition is false. So it will become here inside the else block. It is not book. That is the how much? That is the 8. And sit left 4. It will be print on the console. Now if I run this one, can it will be run like that only? Can it will be run like that, or it will be create a problem? So if I run this one, see, we are getting the correct result. Ticket is booked, seat left 4. Ticket is not booked, that is 8, seat left 4. Now we will increase the thread. Okay, so we'll take the another object also. What we will do, simply we will consider as a B1. Okay, we will take this one as a B1 object. Here also I will assign this one. Same like that, we will create another object, new ticket booking app. Here I am writing B2. Okay, and same thing I am writing here, new thread 1, and here I will pass the values. Suppose I will pass it here. Okay, suppose 8 and 6 14 14 and 6 will, that is 20. Okay, and I will pass the 6 here again. and here I am writing T3. T3 dot start I am writing here. Same like that we will create for the thread 2 also. New thread. Here we will pass suppose 8 value B2 and same like that. This is our T4th thread. Okay. Now if I run this one, we will increase the value of our threads also. Now we will make it as a 20. Okay. So suppose this thread will be go for. So how much seat it will book? That is the 6. Then 8. How much seat? 6 plus 8, that is the 14, right? After that again 6, that is the 20. And this last thread wants to book that. So it will be not booked because we have only 20 seats, right? We have only 20 seats. And how much we want to book? That is the 8 plus 6, that is the 14. 14 plus 6, 20. And 8, 28. 28 seats we want to book. But how much thread only will book the ticket? Only 3 threads will be able to book the tickets. Last thread will not able to book the tickets. But and it will be work like that only. First we have a one thread, one object only, and now we have a two objects only. That is the B1 and the B2. Okay, B1 and the B2 here. Can it will be work like that? Run this one. See, ticket is book 6, seat left 14. After that, ticket is book 8, seat left 6. After that, again ticket is book 6, seat left 14. Ticket is book 8, again seat left 6. How much seats are booked? That is only 26 seats are booked now. Okay, only 26, 28 seats are booked, but you don't have to execute like that. No, you don't have to execute like that. After 6 it will be 8 means 14, then 6. After that it will have to after 6 ticket will be booked, it have to show like seats left 0. If I run this one again, it is giving same thing. See, this time also 14 6. If I run this one, see, is giving the same thing. Means we are facing the problem like it is 6 14 8 6, then 6 14 8 6. Why we are why why this is like, means why it is executing like that? So we will come into the paint now, and I will remove this thing. As I told you, how much objects we have? There is a two objects. Suppose this one, wait a minute. Suppose this one is first object, and we have another object here. That is this one. Okay, we have two objects here. That is the first object. What is the name of our first object? That is the B1. Simply I will copy this thing and I will paste it here. This is our B1 object, and we have another object here. That is the B2. B2 object. Okay, two objects we have. That is the B1 and B2. See, B1 and the B2 object. Inside the B1 object, if you want to try to book the tickets, how much tickets it have? See here, that is the 20. Right? How much seats we have? That is the 20. What it will do? If we have two objects here, so first object also will book total seats equals to 20. It will become here. For this object it will book 20, and for this object also it will be assigned total ticket, total seats is 20. Okay, so that's why we are getting the problem like that. See here, 14 plus 6 20, 14 plus 6 20. Okay, so for both the object it is for both the object it is assigning the value, that is the 2020. Okay, suppose if you take the another thing also, so how much threads we have here? Is the four thread. So how much thread? This is the first thread we have. This is the first thread, that is T1. We will copy this thing, we will paste it here, T1. After that same thread we have here, that is the T2. Right. After that which is the another thread? That is the T3. And here also we have another thread, that is the T4. So four thread we have, T1, T2, T3 and T4. Here T1, T2, T3 and the T4 also. Right. T1 is executing the B1 object. Right. T1 is also executing the B1, and T2 is also executing the B1. T1 is executing the B1. I will write like that. T1 is executing the B1, and T2 is also executing the B1. After that, T3 is executing the B2 here, and T4 is also executing the B2 here. I will write like that. So T3 executing the B2 again, and T4 is executing the B2 again. So sometimes what it will be do, T1 will interfere with T3, and this T2 will also interfere with the T4. Sometimes it's happen like that. Okay, that's why we are getting the wrong result also here. Okay, sometimes this T1 will interfere with the T3 or T4, and this T2 will be also interfere with the T4 or the T3. So this, if we have a two object, so that time this object, these threads will be interfere with each other. Okay, if we have two objects here, this thread will be sometimes interfere with each other, and if we assign any values, that value will be assigned for the both the object, for the both the object means different value, it will be assigned for the both the object. So we don't want like that. What we want same value for this both the object. So for that, what we will do, we will assign the object log for this whole class. Okay, in which class it will be present, inside the ticket booking app. So what we'll do, we will use the static for that, and we will use here, we will assign the log for this whole thing. Okay, we'll assign the log for this whole thing, means first T1 will be go. Okay, T1 will be go. So remember this thing also. So every every class also having its own unique log. One will go, it will acquire the log, it will go again into the object. Okay, it will go into the object again, it will acquire the log again, and whatever method will be present here, it will, whatever method will be present here, it will execute that method. And total sets we have, it will assign into the class level, because we will assign this as a static variable. So it will be assigned to the, assigned for the class level, not for the object level. Okay, so T1 will be go first, and whatever methods we have inside the B1, that will be executed. When T1 is executing, then in that time T1, T2, T3 and the T4 will be in the waiting state. When we are executing the T1, so T2, T3 and the T4 will be in the waiting state. Only T1 will be executed. After that, T2 will be go. It will be go here, it will be execute whatever things we have. Okay, it will go here, it will acquire the log, it will be execute whatever things is here. Okay, if this thread task is complete, it will release the log. Again T3 will be go, T3 will be assigned the log, T3 will be assigned the log here, and then T3 will be execute the thing. Again T3 will be go into the dead state, task is completed, and at last T4 will be good. If we use like that, our program will be work, means our program will be work, means uh, whatever way we want to program, in that way only our program will be work. So if you want to achieve that, how we will achieve that? For that we have a last way, that is the static synchronization. Okay, so how we will achieve the static synchronization? Simple, we have to use here static keyword. Okay, simply we have to use the static keyword. If you use static keyword here, so you will able to, will able you will able to achieve the static synchronization here only, but it is giving the problem here. Right? So if you want to achieve that, simply we have to write static, because it will static method not allow the instance variable. Static method allow only the static variable. That's why I wrote here the static. Okay, that's why I wrote here the static. Now we are able to write it here. Okay, now this value is assigned to this here also. This static synchronization is also applied here also. If I run this one, it is book 6, seat left 4, right? We are getting correct. Ticket is booked 8, that seat left 6. Ticket is booked 6, seat left 0. And ticket is not booked, that is the 8, and seat left only the 0. Okay, it left into the 0, means we are getting the correct output now. So how we are getting the correct output? With the help of static synchronization. And if we use here static variable, it will, this will be assigned into the class level, not for the object level. So that's why we are using here the static synchronization. Anyone have any doubt here now? These are the three ways to achieve the synchronization: static synchronized method, synchronized block, and the static synchronization. So this is the last way to achieve the mutual exclusive synchronization. Okay, so anyone have any doubt here? Anyone have any doubt? If you have two objects now, thread will be interfere with each other, right? And after that, we are not getting the correct result also. So that's why we are using the static synchronization. If you have multiple objects, that time it is very useful. We want a object for the class level, So that's why we are using the static synchronization. Anyone have any doubt here? Anyone have any doubt? Guys, anyone have any doubt? Hello? Am I audible? So guys, am I audible? So anyone have any doubt here? In any synchronization type, anyone have any doubt? Okay. So no one have doubt, no? So now the another topic is that there is the wait, notify, and notify all. Uh, that we will see tomorrow. Okay. If I tell you now also, you will be get confused. Like you are confused between these thing, two things like the synchronized block and the static synchronization. Try to execute by your way. Okay. If you have any doubt, you will be you can ask me or you can bring it into the group. We will definitely help you. Okay. We will here till here only. If I tell you means you will be confused. Okay, that's it for today, guys. If today's assignment is that you have to create a program on the synchronized method, synchronized block, and the static synchronization, and you have to submit on the group. Tomorrow we will see what is meant by wait, notify, and notify all. So if we take that one, our multi-threading concept will be done. Okay, and tomorrow we will start the collections topic also. Okay, so that's it for today, guys. If you have any doubt, please ping me or ping it on the group and uh, submit the assignment on the group. That's it. Okay, so that's it for today. Thank you for your time, guys. We will meet you tomorrow. Okay, bye.